Okie dokie, artichokes. Good morning. Happy Monday. I uh I'm Sarah. I see Tammy and Kelly and Vicky. Good morning, everyone. I am not sitting outside today because it's like negative 107. It's 40. It was 37 a few minutes ago. So we're not sitting outside and having the lovely backdrop. We're inside. And because the house is so cluttered with boxes, we are facing nothing. Or I am facing nothing. You are also facing nothing. So you get to see the thermostat and this little shiny spot, which is either the door or the floor under the door. Cats may appear back there, but I don't know if you'll be able to see them. But if we get a cat sighting, it's going to be because it jumps up here on my lap. So sorry about that. Um, Mr. Mustache, I have not been letting him out. This is the cat update, so come back in 5 minutes if you don't want to hear it. Mr. Mustache, I stopped letting him outside because, well, he kept wandering farther and farther away. Although I did, he has been introduced to one set of neighbors, so they would know who he was. He, you're gonna think I'm a bad cat mom. I probably am. I'm sure I am. I'm a bad cat mom. He has like a little rash on his underbelly, down by his nether regions. Um, and it was little red bumps, and he didn't like me touching it. And I thought, oh no. And of course, it was like when the vet isn't open. And the next day, they were like drier. They weren't, anyway, I thought they looked a lot better. And so they're still there, but now they're flat and dry, and he doesn't care if I touch them. And now there's some around the base of his tail, but again, dry. So I don't know. We're hanging in there a couple more days. Um, he did let me cut his nails yesterday, so that was good, Mr. Mustache. I looked at Frankie, and he looked at me. I'm like, nope, I'm not ready to try it on you yet. So Frankie still has his full set of claws. Um, Yep. So that's the update. I'm probably a bad cat mom, but I haven't taken Mr. Mustache to the vet. If it's still, I don't know. We'll reassess on Wednesday. I work on Mondays at Woven Art, which you may already know. Starting this week, I'm also working Tuesdays, doubling my income. That's very exciting. Um, I just thought that I wouldn't mind working another day, and it was able to be worked out. It was able to be worked out, so that's nice. So I'll be there Mondays and Tuesdays. Tuesday is an hour longer than Monday, so will probably have trouble with that. Like, when do I close? Do I close now? Oh, I have to stay open another hour. Oh my gosh. Actually, I should double check the hours. Let's double check the hours. Let's see. Just hang in there with me. You can watch my face look around at other things. Nope. Calendar. 12. Oops. On Mondays, it's 12 to 5. I know that. On Tuesdays, it's 12 to 6. Yep. Oh my gosh. Torture. I'm telling you. It'll be fine. Here we go. Where are you? There you are. So that's exciting. Kelly says she might have to go to Woven Art in person. Kelly used to take classes from me. Did you took classes from me at Yarn for You? And I know I think you've been to my house. She took a class from me on Saturday morning, virtually. I totally forgot. I don't think I told you guys last week, and now it's a little bit late, but I taught an online class for Melissa Leitman. She had an event called Melissa and Friends and had uh, 8, I think, teachers, and there were vendors on 2 nights. I didn't. I wanted to go to the Whoops! I wanted to go to the vendors, but then it got to be that time. I'm like, I don't know. I'd rather eat or something, and so I feel badly that I didn't go um, see the vendor parts. Uh, the class was so helpful. Thanks, Kelly. I taught reading your knitting. Um, it's a good class. Everybody should be looking at their knitting. FYI. If you don't look at your knitting, you should start looking at your knitting. And you'll get a lot smarter. I made people look at their knitting about 170 times, maybe more. Let's see, 2 hours, 120 minutes, probably 240 times. Look at your knitting. What do you see? So I taught a class. It was weird. I taught a class online. I hadn't technically taught a class with more than one student since May, I think I figured out. So that was interesting. Yeah, Kelly says stuff I should have known but didn't write. You know why? Because we don't look at our knitting. But when we look at our knitting, we learn all kinds of things. So yeah, that worked out well. I was happy to do that. Yeah, everybody go sign up for Melissa Leitman's newsletter and show her the love. Before I was teaching, when I was taking classes, she was one of my favorite teachers. She still is, but now I are a teacher too, so that's exciting. There you go. I still have her on a pedestal. Don't get me wrong. Let's see. So I did the cat update. I gave you the weekend update, I think. House update. There's laundry in the house now. It's so exciting. I have lost count of how many loads I've done in the last 2 days, but it's pretty epic. I can open the door into another room, walk into that room, walk over to the laundry and do laundry. Well, windows are shining on me, or I guess the sun's shining on me through the windows, and then I can walk back to the door and walk out of the room. So far, I've been living in this one big open room, and it's nice, but it's really nice to open a door and go somewhere else in the house for a change. The room is not done at all, but the laundry area is. So that's very exciting. Lots of laundry. I still have to do, I think just, if I do one more load, I think I'm caught up. And that load is like the stuff that I don't really need to wash, like not area rugs, throw rugs that were used badly in the moving and could use a freshening up. Yes. So that's exciting. I washed my sheets. I washed my PJs. I washed my undies. It was all very exciting. Yay. What a relief. What else happened in the house? I don't think anything. I mean, hammer, saw, and we're closer to painting. We were supposed to start getting the engineered hardwood floor in the bedrooms, and the closet today, but the glue hasn't arrived yet. The planks are in the bedroom, one of the bedrooms, but the glue has not arrived, so we're postponing till next Tuesday, I hear. And then it should take less than a week and I'll have floors. And then the rooms are still off limit because they're all getting painted a week or two after that. So it's all fine. Still cozy out here, sleeping in the dining room. I'm putting more and more in the basement, stuff that doesn't go in the basement, but I'm just trying to reclaim the kitchen counter, for example, because it's been covered with stuff, and I'm like, it's going to be another 3 weeks. I'm going to at least find some of the counter. So there you go. What else? The other house is completely empty. There are 2 pieces of furniture in the garage that come here if I can ever fit them here. The house has been cleaned, the carpets have been cleaned, the woodpecker repairs have been completed, and the squirrel repairs. However, I did hear a woodpecker on the back of the house when I was in there. I'm like, nope, I don't hear you. You're not there. If I pretend I don't hear you, I'm not going to go look. Let's see what else. There's a box of garbage, and there's about 3 or 4 boxes of artwork that need to come to this house. But again, nowhere to put them. Well, I can put boxes. And my car is still full of artwork that's not in boxes that I have no idea where I'm going to put. So I've been riding around town with all my artwork in my car, unprotected. There's blankets and cardboard, but I got to get that out of the car. It is not yet listed Tammy. It would be nice if it was. I ran into, okay, so the last thing well, the garage is a mess. Apparently, cleaning the house does not include cleaning the garage. So I took my step stool and a crappy broom over there yesterday. And after I'm done working at the shop Monday and Tuesday, so on Wednesday, perhaps, I'm going to take myself over there and start whacking at cobwebs and stuff in the garage. Get the stuff knocked down that's around the top and brush down the walls and then sweep it out. Oh, I don't know. Frank, the cats have this tree that's got, I don't know, 4 layers, and Frankie prefers the top layer, and it was a put together yourself tree, so I wound the things, and I don't know how he unwinds them, but that one's about to, he just jumped to the top and it's about to fall over, so. Oh well, I'll fix it later. So I need to whack stuff out of the garage, and then the outside of the house could use a little whacking also. So, take my broom and make that look a little bit better. And then I'm almost done. Oh, it's just gonna topple. I'm almost done filling out the fine print that's called the seller's disclosure statement that says this is when the roof was redone and this is when, hang on just a second. Oh, he's coming down. Oh boy. Mysterious stranger in the house, can you please, hey, tighten the cat tree? See where it's like about to fall over? Thank you. I have a house guest. Shh. Mysterious. The top part. Very good. Thank you. Whew. Yeah, so seller's disclosure statement needs to be filled out before it gets listed, and I think that's the last thing. And then we got another sticky wicket. Isn't this exciting? Oh, guess what? I got my desk set up, except it's not where it's going to be. It's in the hall here. There's a bedroom door and a bedroom door and a bathroom door that you're not looking at. Thank you. It's making me crazy. There's a thing that so long ago when I was married and we made wills, we put the house in 2 different trusts, one for each of us to pass on to our children, and nobody remembered we had trusts when we got divorced. So we still, even though I own the house all by myself now, we got to do paperwork, and the house has to be taken out of the trusts, and then I don't know. Anyways, that doesn't have to be done until closing, and that's almost done. I figured out who the lawyer had been, and I went to the office and said, I don't know. They're like, we know what to do. So so those are the hoops. Seller's disclosure statement for the old house and trust for the old house. And then maybe we can sell it. I don't know. I don't know. Someday. So in other news, I have absolutely nothing going on, I don't think. I've been editing. Editing is good. It's a beautiful sunshiny day. I love the neighborhood. Ooh, you might have seen a cat shadow just now. Ooh, see the cat shadow on the door? Oh, all gone. Wow, there's a lot of light over there. So that side's the bathroom door, and the excitement with that door is that it's off. All of these doors is that little mousy toys can be shoved back and forth underneath. So that's a favorite pastime for all of us. Most of the mousies live in this bathroom, so that the human can push it back out, and then the cat can push it back in. Do I feel productive? I do. I've been taking time to edit. I got to teach a class. Oh boy, that was fun trying to find yarn and needles and notions and my class notes folder. So boxes were opened and file boxes were gone through. All the file boxes are in the breezeway. And of course, the folder I was looking for was in the last box I looked at, but it was also the last box to be looked at. So that was a lot of hullabaloo. And yeah. So I'm set up now to do a second camera, but I have nothing to show you. So I didn't set up my second camera today. Sorry. Still haven't found the Knitter's Oracle cards. I thought they would be with something or other, and they haven't been. Oh, hey. So let's see. I finished sewing in the ends, weaving in the ends on a blanket that I was finishing for a customer. She's going to pick it up on Tuesday at the shop because I work Tuesdays at the shop now. And before that, of course it was the last place, but it was really the last place I could have looked. Before that, I did something. Well, yeah, so I was supposed to do the bind off and weave in the ends, and there was an issue, so I actually redid a little bit of both ends of the Afghan and then wove in the ends. And so that goes back to her on Tuesday. All I have left that I can get to without buying yarn and needles and notions. Oh, wait. I can get to yarn and needles. Oh, I don't know where my needles are and notions, but I can't get to any of my works in progress. I know where they are, but I cannot open it. Some of them are in my sunroom where I cannot get to that part of the sunroom, and others are in a big chest that's been latched and then plasticed, shrink wrapped up, so I can't. If I start opening too many boxes, this place will really be awful. And also there's construction, so there's dust and nope. The other thing I could do, because the box is staring me in the face, is repair the hole in my son's Afghan, his going off to college Afghan, for which he graduated in 2020. So it's a little late, but I got it done. I don't know if you remember, I got it done. It's Cascade 220 Superwash. I washed it in the washing machine and put it in the dryer because it has to be machine wash and dry to send it off to my son. And there was a hole in it. There might even have been 2 holes in it. It's been a while. So it's the Afghan that will not die. So that's the thing I have next. So I guess I'll work on it finally. You do other things to procrastinate doing the things that you should be doing but don't want to. So then you go do the things that you really don't want to, but not as much as you don't want to do the thing, right? Am I right? So there you go. So that's what I have to work on. I also found my black work. Remember my black work embroidery? So I could work on that maybe instead of fixing the Afghan. I know. But there are things I can work on. I've been going to the Stitch-In on Thursday nights. So taking things to do. That's where I worked on and finished the Afghan for the client. Yes, thank you for asking. I do feel productive doing what I can do, doing what I can control. Oh, and I had my physical since I saw you last. And I'll tell you, it was the least invasive physical I've ever had. I put on the gown and I sat on the end of the thing, and the doctor used, I was going to say took my temperature on my back, but that's not what they're doing. Used the stethoscope on my back. I don't think she ever used it on the front. She didn't look in my ears or up my nose or anything. She asked if I was seeing the dentist and asked, questions, and we talked, and it was lovely. And then we were done, and I was like, wait. I didn't say wait because I was like, I'm done. Yay. So yay. So she said, is there anything you want to, that you want to discuss or bring up or whatever you're worried about? And I'm like, well, I kind of wish I wouldn't fall over so much. And she said, do you get dizzy? And I'm like, no, I just trip, just trip on things, fall over, catch my toe. So she said, well, coincidentally, your blood work that you did in May or April shows that you have a very very severe, you're very deficient in B12. I'm like, what does that do? She goes, well, it helps with your balance. So I'm like, oh, she's like, right. So I'm now taking B12. And one of you is going to say, did you get the shot? I, I didn't get the shot. She said, do you want a shot? I'm like, no, I'll just start taking the pills. And then everybody started saying, did you get the shot? And I'm like, ooh, maybe I should have gotten the shot. Apparently you get a big boost. It also gives you oomph in addition to balance. So I'm expecting the oomph to come slowly because I'm taking the supplements instead of getting the shot. Although I understand there are places that the general public can go to that are B12 bars. So you just go get some B12 randomly, which Tammy takes B12 but isn't getting the oomph. I don't know. If you take too much, it's okay. It just goes away in your pee. Verified by 2 doctors. So you can't take too much. You could try taking more. I am taking 1,000 micrograms a day. The recommended daily allowance is like 2.54 micrograms. No, wait, that's pi. Or something. That's not pi. That's the centimeters to inches thing. Anyway, I'm taking quite a bit more than they recommend. So check your B12. That's a supplement I have never taken, but now I am. And hopefully I'll quit falling down and going boom on my face. Right? Right. So if I could be knitting right now, if I could pull out any of my works in progress, there are 2 that I've been thinking of. There was the Marlisle book by Anna Maltz, and I was making a sweater that I can't remember the name of. Should I go through the alphabet? Shantae. The Shantae cardigan. Ooh, that was an S. I didn't even get that far. And it's done, and it's steeked, and the borders are on. I just need to deal with the cut edges and put the buttons on and block it. That's not very much, and it's been that way for well over a year. So I would like to finish that. It's probably in the thing that's latched and then shrink wrapped. Excuse me. Plus it's getting cold out, so I'd really like to have that. It's made with shepherd's wool and shepherd's wool from Stonehenge Fiber Mill and Crazies from Stonehenge Fiber Mill. And it's beautiful. It's bright. It was not on my radar that the Fiber Expo in Washtenaw County was this weekend until I saw that people were going there, and I was like, crap. I thought that was on my radar. It's not on my radar, so I have to make sure it is for next year. But in the meantime, at least 2 people brought to my attention the fact that Stonehenge Fiber Mill was there and that they had a shit ton of crazy mill ends. And I was like, oh, I want to go there. Because they still make them. They just can't wholesale them anymore. So you buy them from the mill, the farm, their place, which has an online presence. So you can buy Crazies online. You just can't touch them ahead of time. And so that made me think of that sweater. And also, I would like to restart the Prairie Cat yoke pullover. And I can't remember the name of the designer, which is bad. But I didn't know how to pronounce it either. But if you look up Prairie Cat pullover, you'll find them. And that pullover has, cats, I don't know, prairie cats, I suppose, around the yoke, about 3 or 4 rows of them. And I'm like, I'm going to do them all the way down. And I'm doing them in black felted tweed, Rowan felted tweed. And I was using one of the felted tweed long color change greens that goes from like green to green to green, all yellow greens. And I thought, oh, by the way, let's also add sequins to one of the rows of black cats. So I had gotten, it's top down, and I'd gotten to like, I started with black, and then I did green. Then I think I did the black with sequins. And I might have just started the next green, and I'm like, I'm not liking this green. I think the long color change plus the sequence might be a little much. Not sure. So I decided to not use the color changing green, to just get the yellowy green from Rowan, of which there are at least 3. And the shop was getting more felted tweed in, but not right away. So blah, 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 goes in a pile. I move. It's stuck in the sunroom, I think, as opposed to the shrink-wrapped latched trunk. So still not able to be gotten to. And the green came in. I bought the green. And so I want to get that started again. I had dinner with a friend last night, and she's working on a Ruana poncho made with beautiful fingering weight, I think. Doesn't matter, but a hand-dyed yarn with a strand of the sequins held along with it. And it's so pretty. I'm like, oh, I want to go back and make my sequin cats. So, but no, I can't get to any of that. So I will fix the hole in the crocheted Afghan, and I will start working on my black work again. That's what I have dug out. I did dig out Crewel, hold on. No, an embroidery kit, not Crewel embroidery, that I had purchased, and it said everything's included. There weren't scissors, but I have scissors, and otherwise everything was included. It's no longer in the bag because the bag got a hole in it, so hopefully it's in my tote bag that I was carrying it in. Otherwise it's in the road on the way to Woven Art from where I park. I don't know. It was the needle. What's missing is the needle, and I have crochet needles, embroidery needles. I don't know where they are, but I have them. But the cloth was folded and creased, and I'm like, I need to press it before I. So I didn't start that, but I did take the kit into Woven Art because I thought I could borrow an iron from Seams and iron it. But then, while I was looking for my knitting stuff for my class, I found the box with the irons in it. But now the cloth is at Woven Art, and then now I don't know where the box is anymore. Yeah, that's my life. So that's exciting. That's it. That's my update. I can't do the Knitter's Oracle because I haven't magically found that box yet. That's what's going on. That's it. That's all I have for you. It's 9:29. I'm not going to give up until 9:30. Don't get to see you except once a week. Can't think of anything else. Frankie's good. Mr. Mustache is good. Well, you know. You predict it will be a week of stitching. Well, I hope it will be a week of stitching. I'm almost caught up with the editing. That should get done today, shortly, because I need to finish it before I go to work. There will be working. There will be eating. There will be sleeping in the dining room still. And they'll be playing with cats, with little mousies under the bathroom door. And with that, I will leave you. And I will see you. Kelly swatched. OMG. Gold star for Kelly. Let me see if I can give you a gold star. I don't know how to do that. Go here. What are those? Those are not gold stars. I don't know what that is. Oh, here. Hold on. Please hold. Should be able to find a gold star in here. Oop. Hang on. Hang on. Wait, I think it's back in the weather. Hold on. Well, Tammy had put up 5 gold stars because she's quicker than I am. Where's the weather? That's the food. That's travel. I think I'm too far. Oh, gosh. There's people. Nope. Oh, what? Oh. And then there's those weird things. Oh, here, I'll give you this. It's the best I can do on short notice. All right. I will see you next week. Thank you for being here. Bye. Thanks for helping.